In today's TattleTale CMMS video, we're going to discuss how to close a preventative maintenance work order that's been opened and not closed. We're going to click the preventative maintenance tab, and then we're going to click on the link Close PM Work Orders. Give it a second to load. Depending on how many you got, we have quite a few, so it takes an extra second to load. So first thing we're going to do is set the date. These will be disabled if the date's not set. In this particular case, this is important if we want to set the labor costs right. We're going to do this one at 1 p.m. on the 13th, and we're going to close it out at 3 p.m. on the 13th, which is a total of 2 hours. Once we click save, this should update to $90 in labor costs with our rate currently we have set in the system at 45. You can customize that to whatever you feel your rate may be. So it created a work order. It gave you your labor costs. We haven't added any parts yet. This gives you your total cost. Up here is the work order number assigned. This particular work order was done on machine 4. Because we did it during the day, we're going to select shift 1. This is the work list, the work that was completed. Now we need to assign it to somebody. We'll assign it to Jim, and I'll be the one closing it. And again, to actually close the work order, you have to be administrator or higher, or manager or administrator or higher. But if it was Jim Jones closing it, then it would just update it, but it would not be closed. It needs to be closed to be removed from the system. So, in this case, it's closed by me. If I wanted to email a report, I click here and it would email to who's ever here. And the good thing about this is you can manually type in an email address if it's not in the list. If you don't have permission to add employee database or have HR add them or somebody at management add them. In this case, we need to select the date closed, which is today. No, that didn't work. We'll have to look at that. So, at this point, we're all ready. And as we've discussed before, if you see any black down here, you can click it or click this button, and it'll repair the work image, make it normal again. It's important, especially if you want to print or email, that the work order is 100% visible in that screen. I can print the work order on closing. However, my printer ain't on, so I don't want to do that. Add parts. We're going to add a couple parts to this PM. We're going to say a hydraulic line. We'll use 2 of them. Add it to the list. Get all your parts that you want. We'll say we used 1 valve at cost of $189. We'll add that, and we are going to update the report. If you have something in here, you need to update the report. It creates the work order, recreates the work order, adds the parts that you use down here, tells you what was used over here in the parts used. So at this point, we're ready to close. And like I said, I'm going to close it as the administrator. All of these things here will need to be done as administrator. You can email the work order. Whoever's name is in that list there is who it'll be made. If it's just a single name, it'll email that work order to a single person. I can print the work order. My printer's not up right now, so we won't do that. So we're going to close work order 8530. Of course, you need permissions. Permissions to close the PM record was denied. PM work orders may only be closed by a member of management. Would you like to log in as manager? Now, if I log in as manager, it'll completely close the work order. If I say no, it'll give me the chance to tell who I am, and it'll allow anybody to add notes or update, but it won't allow you to close. So, this one I'm going to click yes. Of course, it's going to ask me for my username and password. Now, because I am a member of the management or administration, when I log in, it'll allow me to close it. It updates the work order, puts it in the database, removes that work order, and now we're back at the beginning where we started. So that's it. Again, the refresh button will refresh the PM list. And that's kind of it for this tutorial. So I can continue closing, or I can just close the screen when I'm done, and we'll go back to the main screen. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. It's pretty simple to do.